My name is Andy Cooper, and I'm one third of the group Ugly Duckling.
What's up? This is Young Einstein from the group Ugly Duckling.
What inspires me to be me? It's hard to say because I am just who I am. I don't think about waking up every morning who I'm going to be as a person or trying to plot how I'm going to act towards other people. Um, but what keeps me inspired is basically to be humble to people, treat people how they want to be treated, and how I would like to be treated as well. It's a crazy world out there. We don't get involved with too much chaotic mess. I'm a chill dude, so every morning when I wake up, it's the same old thing. I put one shoe on at a time and just go out there and try to handle my business, um, whether it's musically, family, with friends, or whatever, or just doing the everyday grind and hustle.
I love music very much, and I love entertaining people. And the idea of creating something that moves people, whether it's in a live concert or they're listening at home or in their car, and that they would hear something that I was a part of and they turned up the volume, or if it was in a live setting, they would just be moved and excited, and maybe they'd leave the concert kind of 3 feet high in the air. To me, that is that in and of itself is the end, which justifies all the work and the frustration of being in a band or trying to make a living doing this, to be a part of doing something that cool.
Number one is music. I really like finding samples. So that's musically the thing that gets me going is when I hear something that gives me the I want to hear that some more kind of a vibe. And besides that, a lot of other stuff. I like watching YouTube clips. I like reading about bands that I like. I like reading about even bands that I don't like that try to figure out why I don't like them. Also, recently I've got really into soccer, so that's a big inspiration for me.
I got hit with a baseball bat, and it inspired me to go out and kick this dude's ass, find him at the house. I mean, I'm always inspired to go out and do new shit. People who know me know I'm always into dibble and dabble in different projects. I got a lot of eggs in my basket. The record label, the radio show, the club, uh, production company, whatever you want to call it. So I'm always out there trying to do new things and trying to better myself and trying to monopolize on everything I do and try to keep everything in the same egg basket. It's very difficult at times, because you just got to keep going, even though you have your bad days, your good days. But once I start something, I have to finish it. It might take 10 years to finish the project, or it might take 6 months to finish what I'm trying to accomplish. So I'm always trying to grind and get out there and do my best with my time and the time I have left, as far as dealing with the music side of things as well, because I got family that's really important to me right now. So I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this hustle, but I'm hoping if I hustle and I grind enough, that one day it'll all come to tuition and we'll be able to actually sit back and reap the benefits of all the hard work.
Yeah, I was reading recently about the Paris jazz scene in the 1920s and 30s, and the author was talking about how when people first heard swing, heard rhythm in music in a way that was influenced by black culture in America, and these people who'd grown up either in classical music or maybe they'd heard waltzes or tangos and they just heard 4/4 swing music, that it just gave them this fuel and this drive that this is something new, this is something that empowered my life, this sets me apart from a previous generation. And a certain group of people in Paris at that time were just so invigorated by it. They started jazz clubs and they drew up membership, they paid dues, they did everything they could to not only listen to the music but to promote it and to be part of this culture and to bring the artist over. And I was thinking how that related to my life when I was maybe in high school and my early college years, of how much hip hop meant to me. And when I'd hear a Tribe Called Quest or the Beatnuts or something, and I'd hear the latest samples coming in, the latest breaks, and who was the new producer or whatever, and how it drove me to want to be part of something. And it just reminded me that I don't ever want to lose that feeling or that inspiration, because that's the fuel on which an artist runs.
I noticed that one of our fans got a tattoo of our last album artwork, Audacity, on his leg. So that gave me hope. Like, man, maybe we are doing something good here. Like, this guy put it in ink on his skin. We must be touching something in there.
My biggest challenge so far is basically just trying to start over with a lot. You know what I mean? I've been doing Ugly Duckling for a long, long time. And of course, I got the side project, Blown Celeb. But it's always trying to get to that next level of success or jump into a different arena and fight a different fighter, whether it's a middleweight, heavyweight. Going back to my earlier, my answer, it gets to a point to where I'm always trying to do new things and trying to accomplish. And some things go good, some things go bad, but I'm always trying to make things happen and better myself and better my homies around me and my family members as well.
When you start off in a band, you think either I'll do this till nobody cares anymore, or I'll become big and famous. And what happened for our group is that neither thing occurred. We didn't go away and become irrelevant, but we never became really super successful. And we've just been operating kind of at this blue collar level, almost like you opened up a family hardware store. There's enough business to have a hardware store, but you're not opening up a chain. You're certainly not Walmart. And to sort of accept that and kind of plan your life out with that being the reality has been a difficult thing to reconcile for us, because you know, every artist wants to be comfortable, wants to make a living, and wants to do things that they love to do. And to have to run a small business and be an artist is a very difficult thing to balance. So for us, plus it challenges your ego, because you want to be good and you want everybody to love you. And when you're just sort of like moderately successful, on one hand, it's a privilege and it's a blessing from God to have that much opportunity. On the flip side, you're like, oh, how come that group is so big? How come we're not doing so well? So just to kind of fight through that, because that's when you start off as a group. You either want to be rock stars or you're just going to do it till you burn out. So this is a strange thing.
When I was probably younger, like around 13, 14 years old, I knew that when I heard hip-hop music, I knew that I wanted to be part of it somehow, but I didn't really understand what that would be. And then once I started collecting records and understanding that I can make beats, like that was a big breakthrough for me. How I can, because back then it was like a lot more of a black culture. So when I figured out like that I can participate in the culture, like that was a huge breakthrough for me. As far as for the group, I think our biggest breakthrough was 97. We put out our first independent 12-inch, and we were kind of part of a scene that was bubbling here in LA. So once we actually had the 12-inch and we were able to put it in some stores and then it started selling, and that's when we kind of figured out, all right, we got something going here.
I mean, I want people to remember me for me being exactly who I am. I've always been a good dude, always got a smile on my face, always kept in touch with real friends, and just basically been humble my whole life. And just remember the good times. There's a lot of good times, there's a lot of bad times, but at the same time, just remember who I am as a person. You know what I mean? It's not about Dizzy Dustin, Ugly Duckling, or what I'm doing outside of my personal life. That's just like a job and hobby to me. It always has been. I never looked into a project or a group and been 100%, let's go get it and make that my whole life. I've been the type of person that loves life. I love to slow down and just relax and not get too serious about anything. So people could remember me by that. Just know that I've always been a stand-up dude, and that's about it, man. And I've dedicated myself to a lot of projects, a lot of groups, a lot of people, but at the same time, I just want to be happy. And if people can remember me as having a good life and a happy life, that'll be it. And this is getting very depressing and making me feel like my career's over. Great question, Brian.
We had talked about this earlier, that even I was talking about the Paris jazz scene. Culture comes and goes. The rockabilly scene in the late 50s, the hippie scene and psychedelic rock, bebop, whatever, early 90s hip hop. It all kind of comes and goes, and it becomes the page of some history. But a great song can stay around, whether it's Fly Me to the Moon or Old Susanna from Stephen Foster in the 1880s. Like, a good song can somehow root itself in human existence and not go away. Frere Jacques, whatever. And I would love to somehow be part of one of those kind of songs. If I could just contribute or write my name on the side of one of those kind of things, that would be the thing I'd love to be remembered, whether it was Ugly Duckling or some other form, in any way, to be part of that tradition.
I don't really care that they remember me as an individual, but I would like them to find like some happiness in listening to our music, and maybe that they can share it with people, or they were able to share time together with other people, like listening to our music. Check us out on uglyduckling.us.
My next project it's basically to continue what I've been doing with Kamikaze Airlines, Blown Celeb, Soul Clap Radio Show. So I just got to get all this shit locked down. And I think hopefully that'll be it for a while. Then I can actually relax a little bit. I'm getting old. I've been in the game for a long time, and I'm trying to make sure all these, whatever you want to call it, companies or projects, get to that plateau to where I can actually relax and watch things go smoothly. So, I mean, that's what's next for me. And, of course, just hanging on an island. You know, I bought my own personal island.
Then we are.
I bought my own personal island. I'm sitting here. It's gorgeous. Just feel the wind. Hear the wind chimes. You know, so after all that said and done, I'm going to come back to the island, relax, put my feet in the water, grab some coconuts, chill out, survivor style.
Okay, and lastly, is there anything else you would like people to know when they see this?
When you see this, just know that I will be on this island. Hold on, you guys can't laugh, man. He's going to have to edit this. You guys can't get, he's going to be like, dang, he's on an island with 8 people. Anyway, I will be on this island.
Club Fred?
Fucking Mike. He can't, man. This guy, not when you all that. Ask me the question again. Sorry, Brian. This guy's cutting in between everything. I know it's supposed to be.
Anything else you would like people to know when they see this?
Yes. So what I want you guys to peep out, man, while I'm sitting here taking this camera time with my man Brian from B-Shine. Thank you for having me, by the way. But don't forget to check out kamikazeairlines.com. That's an I at the end of kamikaze, not an E. Soulclapradioshow.com, uglyduckling.us, blownceleb.com. Like I said, I got a bunch of fucking projects in the works. So make sure you check all that shit out. And that's it, man. And hopefully we'll catch you soon in an area near you, touring, whether it's with Ugly Duckling or Blown Celeb. And come out to the shows and the gigs. Follow me on Facebook. Or like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. Or fly out to my island and just parachute down. And I'll see you here on my own island. Dizzy Dustin's Island. That's what's up. Is that it?
That's it.
All right, Brian. Sorry about all the editing you might have to do to make this happen. But enough of this. Can we get on the yacht? Let's get on the yacht, Ryan.
Oh, we weren't on the yacht? We were on the island?
We're on the island.
I thought we was on the yacht.
Okay, now let's do the interview again. This is the yacht on my island. Thank you, Brian. Big ups to the B-Shine. Brian's been a good dude. He's always been hitting me up. Sorry it's taking so long to make this happen, brother. But that's that. We're going to send you this right attack like right now. Do some editing. Make it funky fresh. Make sure I'm good. Now take me to the igloo. I'm tired of this island. Let's get to the igloo. You got to blow me up and make me big or something, right? How do you got to make it look like it's real? Let's see. There we go. Oh, no, that's not going to be it. Oh, that's not it. All right. Where's my seal coat? I need my seal coat. I need to surround myself in blubber. It's cold out here. Can I get some mittens? Something. Hey, there's a polar bear back there. All right, Brian. Thanks again. Peace.